Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Estancia Lapacho here in Paraguay. We are going to do one load of wood chips here now at the beginning of this episode, and then we are going to go and do a little bit more ploughing with the tractor over the end there, and then we're going to go off and we're going to do something different, because I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. We've been working on this up here for quite a while now, and so I figure that, you know, we could do with a little bit of variation. However, we do need to get this job done. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and do a little bit each episode. So one load of wood chips I feel will be about right. We can, first of all, I'm going to do all of these logs. I'm going to get them out of the way because they're taking up the most space. Then we can work on the pile of wood chips over there. We can start getting all those loaded up. And then once they're done, that's it. Everything's out of the way and we don't need to worry about it. We have got a few things that we've got to get ready. If you take a look in here, we have got, now I asked you last week if you wanted me to do the biogas plant this time round or wait until the crop was closer, and you all said you want me to do it straight away. So we're going to have to move all the crop from over here all the way over to the biogas plant. But what I'm thinking is that we will combine this field first. Then we can just go from here and go straight across the field. And if you stick to the same line each time, I've done this loads of times in real life, you take a shortcut across the field that you've just done. And you can transport lots and lots of crops. You have lorries going backwards and forwards, or trucks, whatever you want to call them, going backwards and forwards across the field, and you have, you know, carrying straw. You have grain trailers moving backwards and forwards, and you sort of basically you work in a proper road across the field. Then when it's all done, when the season is finished and you're ready to start planting, you get the old subsoiler out and you do a couple of passes with the subsoiler where the tractors were moving up and down, and it sort of cures it. So that's what I'm thinking that we're going to do. We're going to head towards that sort of approach. And we are going to whole crop all of this. I don't know, actually, if people normally whole crop OSR or canola, whichever you want to call it. So I'm not sure about that. I've never personally seen it done. I've personally been involved with whole cropping wheat and barley, but not OSR. But we'll see. I'd like to try and do all of these into the biogas plant if we can. We'll sort of have to see. So we're going to have to pick something out to go with that and do our whole cropping with. Ooh, I think I may have put too many trees in there. No, actually, it's just fine. It's just fine. No problems whatsoever. Let me just go and grab that little log down there, and then I'll back up here. So we need a few more logs to go into this one, and then we've got one trailer full, and we can whiz that one off to the sawmill, and we can sell that one. We've got at the moment... Ah! No! No! Avert your eyes! Avert your eyes! Man down! There we go. Okay. Just ignore everything that you've just seen and heard. Just, well, about the money. Not the rest of it. Just grab that one and... Ooh, whoa, too many. Whoa, way too many. We're at 100% wood chips. So I'd lost some wood chips there. But, you know, we got so many that it doesn't really matter. So we're on $197,000. We want to get some... We need to have some money reserved for sheds, but we also need to be able to get our forager. Now, we have forage harvesters in here. We have used the Rossville mash previously, and we've also used... I think we used the New Holland previously. I don't know if we've used the Krone very much. We've also got the Krone Big X over here. We have used the Jaguar. I don't remember what we are. I know that I've used it in the time lapse. We've got the Pottinger right there. Now that one I think cuts direct. I don't think it picks up a swath. I think that one cuts direct. So, but I don't really want to use that. That's gonna be too slow. We've got that Massey Ferguson right there. But I'm not really sure what that one does. I think that one's just for cutting grass, really. So, I mean, we got that one. That's the 385. That's an expensive beastie, that is. And that one's cheap, but... Yeah, I don't really want to do that one this time because we've done that previously. So I'm kind of thinking Krone. Now, we can go for the standard, or we could go for the Krone Big X over here. The New Holland, like I said, we've used that one before. So I'm thinking maybe if we went for the Krone Big X, this one right here, it is $33,200 to lease, whereas this one is $22,000. So we save 10 grand if we go for the smaller Krone. So I'm not sure which one, but probably the smaller Krone, considering just how much money we save. That one there will go with the Big X, and we don't have another whole cropper. We've got that one there that we could go with the big New Holland. So we could do that. That's 15k that one travel at, and it's 6 meters wide, whereas this one down here is exactly the same. Well, it's actually 6.2, so yeah. And maybe we'll go for the small Krone, the Big X 580, and we'll go that one right there for the whole cropping. which is going to set us back about $24,000, which isn't too bad, really. I mean, when you think about it, that's not too shabby. Right, we got 20% left on board on this one. I'm just going to go forward very, very slowly. I'm going to try and get one of those, well, actually two of those logs, if I can just get two of them. There we go. There's two. That puts us up to 72%, and if I stop right there, shut everything down, and we'll leap over here into our lorry, and our truck, whichever you want to call it, and we are going to run this off up to the sawmill. As soon as we've done that, we'll bring it back, we'll park it up next to this one, it will unload, and we can start doing a little bit of the ploughing. I'm not going to do a huge amount, but I'd like to try and finish that little strip there, up and down, and potentially maybe get rid of a few of the stumps as well, but I'm not sure about the stumps at the moment. I know I've said it many times previously, but I'm going to say it again. I love this map. I love driving through all of these trees here. It being slightly open, so you haven't got the trees like all overhanging the road like they do in a lot of the maps where, you know, kind of, well, English maps, in particular English maps, where you've got the trees hanging over the roads all the time. It makes it so difficult to see where you're going and what you're doing. Whereas this, the trees are slightly back from the road, and so you can admire the trees and they look fantastic. And also we have new textures on the trees, don't we? So it's different here than it is in the standard ones, which is what just appeals to me about this place. It is genuinely awesome. It is quite beautiful to behold. Let's bring this one in round here, and there we go. So we can whip that one over like that. Now, the only thing with doing silage is some people have been asking me if I can use courseplay when we come to do the silage. And yeah, I kind of like the idea of using courseplay. However, I'm not sure if we'd be able to use these trailers and do courseplay because, I mean, I think there has been an update is in it, so I'm not sort of saying that it can't be done. What I'm saying is that my skill with courseplay is, you know, none. I do not have skill with courseplay. I can just about cope with unloading combines, and, you know, beyond that, it starts to get technical and difficult. So I might be able to do something with silage. I'm not really sure. But if I do, I'm actually thinking it would be better that we didn't use these trailers and we used tractor and smaller trailers. And we could just get like 2 or 3 of them running. See if we can do that, sort of chain them. So we got a couple of them running, and we'd have to have someone set up on the clamp as well. This is going to require quite a bit of homework for me to try and get that set up. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I will try. And I'll have a look at it, and I'll see if I'm able to sort of figure this out, but it may require more time than I currently have available. As many of you know, I'm struggling to find time to squeeze everything in at the moment, which is why, as of next week, I won't be doing one of the time-lapses anymore. I made the announcement on the channel a few days ago. I put up a notice here on the channel in the community section, and I've also put up a notice on Facebook. I will continue doing the Sunday time-lapse, so some of you will already be aware, you'll have seen that message come up, and some of you won't yet be aware. The Sunday time-lapse is going to continue. I will keep doing that once a week. I will do the time-lapse on a Sunday. However, the one on Wednesday, this Wednesday coming, so for you, that will be tomorrow's episode, that will be the last Wednesday time-lapse for the foreseeable future. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be coming back to doing it. I may not come back to do it twice a week until FS19 is released. I may not come back at all. It may be sooner than that. At the moment, I don't know. I'm not going to make a commitment to any of it in any way because I don't want to sort of say I'm going to do one thing and then end up disappointing everybody by doing something completely different. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to disappoint. I realize that I'm already disappointing by dropping one of the time lapses, and it's definitely not what a lot of people want to see and hear and so on. Unfortunately, it is something that has to happen. The time lapse, as many of you know, takes up a huge chunk of my time every week, right? An absolutely massive chunk of my time. Now, if you take into account the time that it takes to record, the time that it takes to do all of the editing and get the video uploaded and everything else, I'm looking at a good 12 hours work to be able to complete it. That's a good 12 hours work to complete each one. My normal Let's Play videos are roughly to record and edit and then get them uploaded and so on, are between 2 and 3 hours of time for each one to get them recorded and edited and uploaded and all things dealt with. So between 2 and 3 hours each. So I could potentially drop 6 Let's Play episodes every week and do, keep the time lapse. It's not something that I want to do. I don't want to be losing 6 episodes per week in order to make way for one time lapse, because the amount of time that I put into doing the time lapse compared to the number of views that I get is not, they're not the best performing videos that I do. Not by a long shot, not anymore. They used to be, but they're not anymore. Now, they are very much right in the middle. So, I mean, I could lose 6 videos here and there, but I would ultimately end up losing more views off of my channel than by dropping one of the time lapses. And so then we got to move on to why am I dropping the time lapse in the first place? I don't want to be losing views off of my channel. It's the last thing that I want to happen. But I have a family, as many of you know. I'm married. I have I have 2 children, 2 sons, and I don't get to spend very much time with them. Right, doing this channel at the moment with all the videos that I do, I spend all day, every day throughout the week working on making videos and editing videos and answering messages and so on and so forth. Everything that goes in with running a YouTube channel, and there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes a lot of people don't see. That takes up a massive chunk of my time. So I'm talking, when I say massive chunk of my time, I mean about 7:30 in the morning until about 10:30 in the evening, 6 days a week, and then some work on a Sunday as well. I can't continue like this. It's taking too much of my time, and it's impacting on my family life. I'm not able to spend very much time with my children. I'm not able to spend very much time with my wife. And this is not a good situation to be in. I don't want to continue like this because my home life is suffering for it. My children are feeling left out. My wife is feeling neglected, and I don't like this. I absolutely don't like this. I did not start doing this job in order to start neglecting my family. So for those reasons, I am stopping one of the time lapses. I'm going to keep doing one of them, and because I'm going to be still doing one, you will still get time lapse, but because I'm dropping one of them, it will mean that I will no longer have to work on a Friday evening, and I will no longer have to work on a Saturday and Sunday. Well, you do have to do a little bit each day. I do have to do a little bit each day, but it's only like a couple of hours in the mornings. So on Saturday, I will essentially be giving myself weekends. I will have Friday evening. I won't have other evenings of the week, but I will get Friday evenings, and I will get the weekends, or most of the weekends, to be able to spend time with my children, with my wife, and it's something that absolutely needs to happen. So for those reasons, I will no longer be doing... I don't actually mean to do that. I will no longer be doing one of the time lapses. I will be dropping one of them. This Wednesday's time lapse is going to be the last one for a Wednesday, and then after that I will be replacing it with a normal Let's Play of something. At the moment I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, what the new Let's Play is going to be. However, I just did an episode of Subnautica. I did the first ever episode on Sunday, and I did what I usually do. I went in blind, not knowing what the game was about and not knowing what to do, and I've sort of had a little exploration. I've read up a bit on it now that I've sort of explored the game and I've found out a little bit about it, and I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm loving what we're able to do in that game. So I will most likely be replacing the time-lapse with an episode of Subnautica, at least to start with, and so you've got sort of a permanent slot for that game every single week. For those of you who've seen it and really loved it, and there did seem to be quite a lot of you that really like that game, so yeah, we'll probably be carrying on with that one on a regular basis. I also recently did RimWorld as well, and that one seemed quite popular. So yeah, I'll probably be replacing the time-lapse with an episode of Subnautica, which, for those of you who don't know, basically you crash land on an alien planet. The ship that you were on sort of goes horribly wrong, and you are the only survivor. You've crash landed onto an alien planet that is an ocean world, and so you've got to swim through the depths. You've got to basically craft yourself an entirely new home here in this unusual environment, and it is absolutely stunning. The artwork in that game is just breathtaking. It is genuinely beautiful, and it is an absolute pleasure just to look around the game. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm thoroughly impressed with the artwork in that game. It just makes it absolutely fantastic. A genuine pleasure to play that game. So I'm really looking forward to doing some more of that and getting more stuck into it, especially now that I've sort of researched a little bit and found out a bit more about what I'm supposed to do and found out a bit more of the things that can happen in the game. It really does look like it's going to be loads and loads of fun. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, I've waffled on for long enough, and we've done pretty much what I set out to do here today. We've done one load, and we have ploughed up one section down through here. I've got to go round that little bit there. I know that I'm ploughing sort of, not in a straight line, but the little slight weaving that you can do, that happens all the time with ploughing, especially if you've got like rocks and stuff. I've seen people weave all over the place with a plough. You're not going to win any competitions ploughing like this, but it is fine. You can do it without any problems. So if we just bring that one round, and we'll set this one sort of over here so that he's ready to start working that section there. The rest of those bits up there we will do with the stump grinder, but we'll probably have a go at that tomorrow. We're not going to do any more of it today. We have other things to do, so let's just park that one up right there. I'll just lower the plough down. Just set it down like that. There we go. Right, now we need to skip over here. We are going to leap out, and we're going to come over this way, and we've got some building to do. Now, I did promise you some time ago that we would have these sheds. I actually asked you, and you all said that you wanted these sheds. So these sheds are the ones that we're going to install first. So we get that one. We want square bale storage and round bale storage. I'm thinking that we will go for the square bale storage on the outside. So we're going to put this one over here like this. We're going to bring it over to about there. We're going to spin it round. Now, I want to try and get these reasonably lined up. Reasonably straight. I think that's straight. I'm not very good at getting these things straight. I'm really rather hopeless at getting it. If I bring it back there, it's going to set too high. I think I do want a little bit behind it. So you've got the concrete running behind it, which would allow some more drainage to the whole area. So if I drop that first one there, it's got a bit of passage, bit of area in front over there for maybe a smaller shed, or even just like a turning zone. So if we put that one right there, I think. There we go. First shed installed. And I want to come out of that one. So that was the square bale storage. So now we want the round bale storage is the second one. And we're going to bring that one over here. Now, I am actually seriously considering putting that one like this over there. And then you've got an area behind it. So you've got kind of a turning area here. Rather than, I mean, you'd think that straight would be the best option. Right up through here. However, this one's bigger than I thought. I didn't think it would be that big. So either we would need to put this one like this, and then we put the two of them together. We bring that one round. So we could put it here like this, and we could have them like that. Or we could put it over here, and we could put it the other way. So you've got like an area back here for machinery to be worked on. That's kind of the repair area. And then you've got that bit there. And then we could put a storage shed here for machinery, and another storage shed over here for machinery. I don't know if that would work. Let's just rotate this one round a minute. You know, I'm kind of liking this idea, like this. I've sort of moved it around a bit, and I've experimented with it a bit. I mean, we could put it all the way back over here, because it will go into the concrete by the look of it. But I'm sort of thinking that that's a little bit too far over. I mean, yeah, we could put it there, but it seems like it's going to be pushed up against this shed too much. At least for the loading area. If we move it back out just a bit, and sort of have it in line about there, there's still room to get round it. There we go. Right, let's take a look. Let's jump down. Let's go and have a look. What do we got over here? Now, have we got enough room to move everything else? So we got the signs here for the different bales. Have we got enough room to put some extra stuff here? I really want... So I'd say we want kind of a big shed in this area here. So we got room to get round it. And this does seem a bit unusual. I'm thinking maybe we should have just moved it down a bit, and we should have had the round bale storage over here so it was down, and then the square bale storage could have gone there, and we could have moved that one up a little bit further. It wouldn't have stuck out so far. Oh well. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Storage space 108 for straw bales, and well, that's just the straw bales. And on over here, hay bales. I'm loving this. This is brilliant. This is really well made. Really well done. Grass bales there, 108. And then over here, we got 120 of each of the silage bales and so on. So before we go getting any other bales or trailers or anything like that, I vote that we go and get some of the bales and we bring them back over. So we've got a Flegel trailer right there. And what have we got that we can put it? We've got our tractors all up here. And our truck is up there as well, so I don't want to use that one. What other tractors have I got? I got that one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. We've left the convertible up here. We'll leave the convertible up there for a minute. He's on a fishing. That's one of our friends. He's on a fishing trip. He's borrowed the car. Right, let's take this tractor right here. And if I just bring this one in here like this, we'll park right there a second. Well, we'll just stop there a second, and I come in here. We'll take that and that off like that. Now we'll go and get the dolly for the trailer. We'll put that one on here, and we'll use this tractor to tow this trailer around. So we've got the auto load feature, and we can use the auto loading for moving those bales, because the bales are all down there, and we can see about loading up this shed. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this shed works. I've heard a lot of good things. Several people in the comments section said that they use these sheds all the time now. It's literally the only thing they use in their games, because as soon as they've got the new game, they get those sheds installed, and then that's how they do it, because it is so much easier than messing around with trying to stack in by hand. And a lot of you feel the same way that I do about stacking bales. It's just not fun. It's just not enjoyable. It really it's the one aspect of the game that really just sucks. It's awful. So we'll bring this one back in here, and this will allow us to use all of these auto loads. And for those of you who don't like auto load and you don't like the idea of these auto load sheds, although I must say I think it was a really... Oh, I've actually got to get out and do this one. That's a bit odd. Can I? Is it... What? Why aren't you loading? Oh, I've already loaded. Ah, I see. I didn't even notice it clip on. Right. We'll bring this one over here. Yeah, for those of you who don't like it, it's not auto-load. We've just got somebody that you can't see loading up a trailer, and then there's somebody that you can't see. He's a permanent employee. He works over in those sheds over there. We just dump the bales outside. He puts them away. He's a better driver than us. That's how it works. That's how it works, and that's my excuse, and that's what I'm sticking with. I just want to check in here a minute and see what the cows are doing, because I'm pretty sure... Yep, so we need hay soon. Although, well, we've got hay over there. We got hay and straw, because we did buy a bit. Now, the grass and the straw and the water is not really an issue at the moment, but power food is also starting to come down. So we're going to have to get a mixed feeder and do something with that as well fairly soon. So it's all on the to-do list. Now, let me just bring that one up. What do we got at the moment? We've got pallets. I don't want pallets. I don't want big bales. I don't want bigger pallets. I don't want square bales. I want round bales. That will do nicely. So we'll do that, and then we go to X to start loading, and then we just gently and steadily move on by, and it will start picking up these bales. We may have to do a couple of passes because of the bales that are sticking out, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult. So if I just bring that one in round, and then we turn round, we should be able to load up all the rest of those bales really quickly. And see, for loading them onto a trailer like this and then just moving that short distance, you probably wouldn't bother putting straps on. I mean, to be honest, I think that a lot of people would actually load them in real life sideways on, put the bales the other way up, so rather than like this. I'm not sure that I would load a trailer like this and move it any kind of distance without putting some kind of straps in place. So, I mean, that's what we're going to do. We are going to just strap it onto the trailer right now. So if I do that and then put straps on before they roll off the back, we can then test this tractor to its limits by seeing how much it can pull. Silage bales are very heavy, right? There's a lot of moisture in silage bales, and they are heavy beasties, right? I have towed these around before, and they really do make your tractor grunt. If your tractor's going to be belching black smoke, it's going to happen when you've got a load of silage bales on the back, if it's going to happen at all. And I've really made them grunt when they've done this before. So how does this work? We've got some of it is underground right there, which I'm not sure is the best approach. But I mean, you can still see it. Just sort of kind of it's trying to come through the concrete, so it's obviously is not quite perfectly even there. But I mean, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. So we've got straw bales there, also over here. That's grass bales there. And then we've got silage bales right there. So the silage bales is in this section right here. Now, I really don't know how this works. Do we have to put them into that piece there in front of us? Or do we have to put them the other side of that piece in front of us? Well, we'll soon find out. Let's just bring them over here. It's the third one along. Third one along is the one we want to go to. There's nothing happening at the moment. So we'll bring them to this point, and then we're going to see about unloading this. So if I go there and I take the straps off, and then I go like that, and I load them again, then I can stop loading, and then we press B to unload on the side like that, and then I press Y. Okay. Why did you not work? Why, I tell you, why? Open storage menu. Storage, round hail bay. Oh, hang on. We can go plus. Load 06. Spawn area blocked. There is no free space at this place. So we can't take them away from there, but we can put them in there. So we don't put them in there like that. We don't put them in there like that. That's blocked. Straw, I can put 3. It's got 3 there. Okay. Back. Right, so that is the storage area. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. But it's not worked. It hasn't worked what we did, so we need to try a different approach. Maybe we got to put them in a little bit further. So if we go, we'll leave that a minute. I want to go. What am I? I'm looking for that one. That's what I need to do. We'll have to go back, and then we'll have to move forward again so that we can get a little bit closer to these bales. There we go. Right, I don't know how close I need to get to be able to load these up. I've never used these sheds before. This is all new stuff to me. Really, Frith? Really? You don't know what you're doing? Wow. We didn't see that. Yeah, I know. I rarely know what I'm doing. This is just me in real life. I never know what I'm doing. I just kind of bumble my way through and hope that I can fool everybody into believing what I know what I'm doing. But then I think you'll find that that's what a lot of people do. That's just the way that it works. You know, if something works, don't mess with it too much. Right, if I go like that so that I stop them loading, and then I would go B like that so that they unload, we're going to try and move these a little bit closer, and we'll see what happens when we do that. I'm not sure how else we're supposed to do it, unless we've got to like shove them in manually. Is that how it works? It said the spawn area was blocked. Then it might have been blocked by that, so maybe I need to unload them onto it. I genuinely have no idea. Let me try unload it. Ah! So that's all you've got to do, is you just got to unload them off of those. So that's the empty areas. The marked area is where you empty them out, and then the other area is where you bring them in. So we can bring these over here, and then when we want some silage bales, we come on up here like this, and I press R for round bale. Yeah, okay, fine. Round bale silage, object 4,000 litres, capacity 120 bales, storage 32 bales, load 0 of 6. So I can do that. I can load them out like this. I'm just going to go back a minute. I'm going to put one bale out there in front. I mean, it should be alright. I don't think I'm going to cause myself any problems. I might do. Actually, I need to go forward a bit. Oops. Okay. Let's go over this side. There we go. No, I don't want hay bales. I want round bale silage. If I go one like that, and then I go, okay. Bill, the guy that works for us, he's just brought out a bale. He's brought it right out from the shed. He's good like that. Solid bloke is Bill. He's absolute solid bloke he is. He's helped us out big time. There we go. So we got that bale there that was ready to use, and that's all we got to do. Each time you just got to press R, and then you can haul the bales out of the shed, and you can see them in there neatly stacked away. So we got no more round bales for the minute, so we're going to go and get some square bales this time. We just bring that one up, and we can change the screen round. Now we come on down through here, and this time we are going to be testing the ability for the sheds to sort the bales out. So we got both hay and straw going onto this trailer. And then once we've got a full load of hay and straw, I'm not going to bother with the straps this time. We're just going to run through as quickly as we can. Can I get the last 3? I get the last 3. I have to go a bit closer up this end. There we go. Right, so we've got all of our bales on board. We've got hay and straw. So we're going to bring these over, and we're going to try and drop them next to the straw ones. We don't unload them onto the marked out areas. It's got to be the other side of the marked out areas, and they should be automatically put away into the shed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press B so that it unloads onto the side like that, and then I can bring it round here like this, bring it up there. And right, the first thing I want to do is actually I want to find out where's the grass bales. The grass bales are down this end, and then you got straw right there, and you got hay over here. So what I'm going to do in order to test this one out is I'm going to bring the bales right down here on the grass bale end, and we're going to see what happens there. If I unload them there, do they all go away into the shed? So it sort of doesn't matter anywhere where you unload them. Let's find out. Put them there, and it doesn't matter where. You can put them anywhere you like, and they all get put away neat and tidy, and they don't take up a huge amount of space in the shed, do they? I mean, you've got a capacity for 120 of each of these bales, and 120 is actually quite a lot of bales. 108, I should say, 108. I meant 108. But yeah, that's still a lot of bales. 108 bales is a lot. Now, if you're only doing the straw, technically, I suppose it might not be a huge amount, but I'm liking this. I really am. This is actually really, really cool. And I can bring this one around here. I've got just... Ooh, he says. I've got just enough room to swing around there. So we can get in and out of these sheds without any problem. And we can come back up here and come out again. So we're going to have to look at where we want to put our next shed. We want a machinery shed. We may want a couple of machinery sheds. Now, I'm thinking it will have one here in the middle. There'll be one right here around where I'm driving. But we'll worry about that in our next episode. We're running out of time for today. We're going to go and get one more load of straw, which should be the rest of it, straw and hay mixture. This should be about the last of it. And then once we've done that, that's all going to be that's going to be it for the day. What have we got here? If I just press X to start loading up, I think I've yep, there we go, perfect, excellent. We'll swing in round here. I'm going to swing in really tight like that, and hopefully that will grab every single other bale that is there. There we go, perfect. I didn't have any others. I honestly thought I had more bales in this. Apparently I didn't. I just had these two. Oh no, I remember now. I bought the right quantity, didn't I? Right, anyway. So we'll take this one over here, and then we are done. I completely forgot at the beginning of the episode to ask my weekly question. I completely forgot about it. I do apologize. So let's just do that a minute. My weekly question. For this week, we had our random event that we've got some disease in the field, but I didn't specify in the random event if it should be one field, one randomly selected field out of all the fields that we own, or if it should be the next crop that we plant. It did say, I think it said the next crop that we plant, but that's going to be the maize that we plant up in here, the corn, and we're going to plant that instead of where the beans are now. So that if we do a single crop, it would be that one, or we could do a randomly selected field, or it could just be every single field that we use no fertilizer in next time we plant because we've got some disease in the field. So what I want to know from you, do we do one randomly selected field to have no fertilizer applied to it next season? Do I do all of the cornfields, which will be this group up here? Or do I do every single field that we own? So it's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. We're just going to bring this one up in here. We're going to unload these bales, and then that is going to be it. And I will say fairly well. In our next episode, I am going to build the new shed there. We will do another load of wood chips. We will do a little bit more ploughing. Actually, next time, we're not going to do a bit more ploughing. We're going to get the stump grinder, and we're going to grind out the stumps in the bit that we ploughed, and maybe a little bit in the next area as well. And get those done. So we've got this shed that we need to build here, and then we're going to start putting some of the machinery away in the shed. See if one big shed is going to be sufficient, or if we're going to need more. So let me just unload this one. I need to go B like that, and then B again, so it goes over to that side, and then we press Y. In they go to the shed. That is looking pretty swish, I must say. I'm quite pleased with that. I am pleased with the results here, so we'll leave that one round bale of silage out the front. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.